Hey people, I wanted to check in really quick because there were a few developments in the news having to do with electoral politics today, and just wanted to check in, give my opinion on the matter, not reactions, I guess, let you know what it means. I don't have my reel set up. This is just recording through my iPhone right now, so just doing this really haphazardly in a way. But I just wanted to give my reaction to Kamala Harris dropping out of the race today. And I think it's really important because she was one of the candidates that had the most energy going into the Democratic primaries. She rolled out her plan not her plan, her candidacy. That was the thing. She didn't really have a plan. That's the main thesis of this video. But she rolled out her candidacy in California, and she had like a crowd. I think it was in Oakland. Yeah, she rolled out in Oakland. She had a crowd of like 20,000 supposedly, and the media was just like going crazy over her. And she had like a lot of her, I guess, the artwork for her campaign and posters. They were saying, oh, this is reminiscent of Shirley Chisholm, the first black female to run for president in the 1970s. And so there was just a lot of excitement for Kamala Harris, and I think it had to do with the fact that in the last couple of years she's been such a strong voice in the anti-Trump, or I guess the so-called resistance. I have a few issues with saying that, but the media perceives her to be one of the strongest voices in the quote-unquote resistance. With the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh, she was all over TV. People are like, oh my God, she's such a prosecutor. Here she comes with her, her prosecutorial skills. I think also the way that she questioned some cabinet members that Trump appointed, same kind of thing. And they thought it was all going to translate into what she was going to do as president or what she was going to do as a candidate. Now, here's the thing. You can have all those prosecutorial skills, but if you don't have a message or you don't have a goal or a vision of what you actually want for the country, like what are you actually going to go against? So she came out in the first debate quite strongly against Joe Biden. And that's because she had like a really good focus, in terms of all the candidates. I think she was actually okay, pretty good, not perfect, when talking about issues of racial justice. The only thing was that she had her own record as Attorney General of California that worked against her. But in terms of the rhetoric and what she stood for and the policy proposals and what she was saying on the debate stage, it was good. But she came out strong against Joe Biden. And the media was saying, oh, that hurt her in the end. I don't think it actually hurt her. I think it helped her. But I think what hurt her was the fact that after she came out against Joe Biden, she didn't really have any central message going on after that. So she came out and she was like, I was that girl that was being bussed, and you were that senator that was against bussing at the time. And great. That's she brought about awareness for busing and racial segregation in public schools. But what else? She didn't identify what the central problem in our country is. She did talk a little bit about economic injustice, how a lot of people are working more than one job, but that wasn't the central focus of her campaign. She really didn't have a message, and I think that that's really what did her in. After that moment in the debates against Joe Biden, she had a moment with Tulsi Gabbard. I don't think Tulsi Gabbard was the nail in the coffin for her campaign, but I think it was one moment where Tulsi was criticizing her in her role as Attorney General, and Kamala didn't have anything really to defend herself. All she had were lame attacks against Tulsi Gabbard. there wasn't much substance to Kamala Harris's campaign, and there's unfortunately not a lot of substance to a lot of the campaigns that are still running. In the bigger scheme of things, I mean, Kamala Harris is not my preferred candidate by any means, but I think she's better than a lot of the other candidates. I put her in the liberal establishment wing of the group of candidates running. She wasn't progressive by any means, and she wasn't like centrist, borderline conservative like Joe Biden, John Delaney, or even Amy Klobuchar. So she was trying to repeat the Obama presidency with her candidacy. So I wasn't like excited about her, but I didn't think she was horrible either. So, you know, I think that her not being there, on one hand, it's good because we get to hear from a lot of the voices on stage who actually have ideas. But what's unfortunate is that there's one less voice who's a black female. I like that there's diversity on the stage, but then there's other people on the stage who don't really have any kind of message at all. So that's unfortunate. Hashtag Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, what was interesting about her, one last thing, was that, you know, they asked early on in the debates, she was on the stage with Bernie Sanders, and Bernie was dominating that debate because everyone was talking about Medicare for all and health care. And they asked all the candidates who, like, to raise their hands, like, who supports Medicare for all. And Bernie Sanders raised his hand, and so did Kamala Harris. And what's interesting is that I've been actually reading Bernie's bill for Medicare for all, and Kamala Harris she's listed as a co-sponsor of that bill. She was on that stage the first time saying that, yeah, she supports it and everything, Bernie's bill. But then in the media blitz that she did after that, and all the interviews, she was like backtracking, and we never really got a clear answer on whether she supported that Medicare for all bill that she co-sponsored with Bernie Sanders. So no one was even able to tell where she stood on that, and I really think that healthcare is going to be a major issue in the upcoming election. Anecdotally, I know a lot of people who are going to be voting based on that, but then also, like, you could hear everyone's talking about it, and Senator Sanders is making it an issue for everyone. So I don't. In terms of her dropping out, moral of the story: you got to have a central message. And just because there's so much excitement about a candidate doesn't mean that they're even going to make it to the first primary. So it's just an interesting tale to be told for the future generations of people running in American politics. Anyways, that's my reaction. I'm not sure if I missed anything. Hope you now understand how that plays a bigger part in the Democratic primary, and I will catch up with you guys later. Remember, catch me on Instagram, Twitter at Johnny Jabbour, JohnnyJabbour. Thanks for watching and listening, and I will catch you later on Johnny's Jabs.